Hi guys, Aslam Khan here today with you to speak a lot about your exams. I hope that you guys are getting ready for your GCE O level exams. So, just few tips whichever I can give for you, I'm going to give today. If you guys are having few days for your exams, don't worry, you have still time to do something. Within a day, still you can change your way of doing the exams preparation. No worries, I don't want to make this live as much as boring because it's an exam tips session which I'm going to speak now. If you guys have any problems at home, if you guys have any panicking situations, don't worry guys, just focus on your exams. I know this batch which is 2020 has gone through a lot of troubles due to this pandemic, but do not give up at this moment. You guys have done a lot and you guys need to prove. You guys started 11 years back your career in school, so if you really wanted to see your friends in future, you just wanted to do your best in your exams. So today I'm going to speak some exam tips to you which might help you. You can even ask in this live whatever the questions regarding Cambridge, Edexcel, or even you can ask anything regarding national exams, so I can give you some tips how to do these exams. Okay, so my name is Aslam. I'm a chartered accountant. I have worked in many firms. Now I'm a lecturer at Shine Institute. So I'm proudly on live today to speak with you guys few words about my experience and how to score better in your exams. These tips can be used for your higher studies, or it can be your chartered exams, it can be your CIMA exams, CIM, CPA, any exams which you are going to do in future. But for now, I'm speaking for the students who are doing GCE O level. So if you have a particular time, first of all, I request you to have a proper timetable before you score better on your exams, because a timetable preparation itself the first reason for you to score better. Now many students, what they do is when they are having exams nearby, they don't they just study everything what they can and they start to go and put it on paper. What I suggest you, don't study everything at this moment. Study what you do not know than to study what you know, because when I was at your age, I used to study everything, and I feel like if I do not know science, I will study the whole science book, but I don't understand. When I'm in exam hall, I used to have a lot of songs going on in my head. That songs is not giving what you want. So what I'm trying to say is, just study which you are good in it, do it best at it, and find the contents which you do not know, focus on those areas. Now you have 9 subjects for your O levels. You guys already know 9 subjects is quite a pretty big target. Like if you take Cambridge O level and all, they can score within 6 subjects they can select and still do the exams. But for GCE O level, national students are going through a hard time doing 9 subjects. So if you guys are scoring 9 subjects, I am giving you a small advice. First, mark from the best subject to the worst subject on your list, and select the worst subject and see why should I pass this subject and why shouldn't I pass the subject. You need to ask these questions. If you wanted to pass the subject, you need to write, if I am going to pass the subject, what will make if I pass this subject. So passing your subject should be your minimum research expectations. What people do is they think that they should get in all research A, they should always end up in B. Today what parents fail to understand students, when I did my O levels, I didn't get a big result. That's why I always say that I didn't get a big quiet result. I got a decent result, but I ended up in max A, commerce A, so certain subjects I got A. But still my parents were worried, what was my subject which I got S. This is where they ask me, why did you take S in Sinhala? So actually I didn't know properly Sinhala. Getting Sinhala was very hard for me, so I didn't focus on Sinhala and I focused on areas where I loved to. So I choose my advanced level as commerce, then I scored better. Today I'm a chartered accountant. The reason I followed my subject. So I'm giving you this advice. If you really want to do for your exams, if you are good in ICT, focus on that particular area, and whichever you should not, you are thinking that you are going to fail, focus on those areas as well. In between subjects, maybe B or C, keep that way and focus on the areas which you are going to fail, because do not fail in exams. Your research should be somewhat better. When people see your results, right, when people see your results, they should be satisfied that okay, this is a decent results, this results is somewhat good enough to present it to towards office. So who have planned to do your exams in future, what I suggest you is take down a paper, list down all the contents you wanted to learn, then start doing it. Have a proper timetable for exams. This will help you a lot. So timetable will actually help you. Many students think that after finishing one particular paper, what they do is, they used to speak about the paper, and they used to stand in front of the gate, and they used to share with all their friends, and come to a concern that if we discuss the paper with the friends, we will get an idea about how much we have done. The first thing I advise you, when you do a paper, once you have finished the paper, never stand and speak to your friends. You can stand or sit, that's your concern, but when you are doing an exam paper, once you have done, do not discuss the paper. Just come home, start studying for the other paper, because you got very less time. Every day you have a paper attempt, and you need to do what you can. So people who have not studied until now, people who have not taken the books until now, do not worry. Still you have a week to go ahead. Still you might have 4 days to go ahead for exams. But don't worry. Just focus on your areas and just do your best. So when you're going to exam hall, these are the basic things I'm going to give you. When you're going to exam hall, the first thing you need to eat very much less. Okay, so what other people they do is they have a set of food. They are so much preferred. They prefer the food than the exam. So if you guys going to go to an exam, get ready for an exam, not for a food arena. So you need to have some food as more than enough for you to digest, and have some water. So do not take a gallon set of water and drink, because you are dehydrating. Whenever you feel you want to have some water, have one sip of water, that's enough. It's like you are on a midfield match where you need to have one sip of water, which will help you. So the same experience in the field will help you on your exams. Have one sip of water whenever you wanted to have it, and it will help you to score better on paper. And remember, whenever you are learning, things, do not by heart the things, because what some students they do is they by heart all the stuffs, and they just go and spit it out on the paper. And they might ask, analyze this area, analyze what is meant by, they might ask some question like that. So you consider, you forgot analyze, you forgot the term explain, you forgot the term what they're asking, and the definition. So what you do, you start bluffing all the definitions. So do not write everything what you know to show the examiner. When I used to write history, I used to write stories. If for example, if the examiner asks what is Vijayabha Kolya, I used to say that Vijayabha Kolya happened due to these 3 children. They go there, they killed their father, Portuguese came. So don't write stories, guys. You'll not get a good score. I'm good in representing stories, but it will not work out. It's from my personal experience. Do not bluff things because you want to keep it very nice. Some students, they think in GCO level, most probably in Sinhala or Tamil, they used to say that if you copy the question and if you write the same question as the answer, you get marks. Bullshit, guys. Examiner is not that fool. Okay, so don't write the question on answers. This is a very critical thing. The examiner get pissed off. And whenever you are writing an answer, please write with the answer which you know the most. Don't write for the sake of writing. Don't write for, like, some people always start with number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, and number 5. So they go in order. There is no particularly you need to follow orders in exams. If you are comfortable in certain areas, start with that certain area to score better on your paper. So if you have 5 questions on your paper, select if you are good in 5th question, do the 5th question, because that gives an impression to the examiner that you know that's a particular area properly. So when he tests on 5th question, you have done the 5th question first, he knows that you are better in this area, and he has a mindset that you have done your paper very well. So with that mindset, he will correct. So his pen will go to correct in a right manner than in a wrong manner. So what people do is they used to score. If you do not know something, some areas you don't know, first read the question, and see what you can score, what you can write. Then if that area you don't know, don't start that question. What you know, those particular area, you need to start writing on a paper and start, you need to start writing that on exam. So that will score you better. So you can ask me questions, anything regarding exam tips. So this is what from my personal experience. There are a lot of things I can speak. And the next thing, if I want to speak, when you guys are going to, when you guys are writing the exams on private, still if you guys have gone to a school, represent your school, because that might be the last time, or maybe that might be the last time you might be representing your school. So that will give some sort of identity to your school. So always present your school. Don't think wrong about, you might know this pandemic, many lecturers couldn't do their best. Even many lecturers on the field, they dropped their students, lecturers, schools couldn't do their, they did their best, but still students are not happy with the current situation. But everyone are getting prepared for this exam at this time. I don't know how many of you are watching this video, but I'm saying this, whoever who are going to watch in future, for all of them I'm saying this one thing: do not worry what has happened, do not speak about the past, just focus on the future. By speaking about the past, you will not get anything, right? So just put to a side whatever others have said about you, whatever you have gone through. Just focus on those areas which you are going to, and you can score better. And what else I can say when it comes to your exams? I can give you some more tips when it comes to your paper. Okay, so when you have exams tomorrow, what you should do today? When it comes to your exams, focusing on tomorrow, when it comes to your exams is on tomorrow, so today what you should do, that's what I'm going to speak now. Most of the students, what they do, they used to be awake on the midnight, they used to study the whole day, they reduce their sleep hours, like I did. Sometimes what I do when I used to study Sinhala, I don't understand Anya Manya Sinhala, I don't understand the terms and languages. So even to write Manyaka, it's very hard for me to do that. So but this type of things, when you are learning at the particularly the next day when you have exam, don't fuss yourself. You will forget what you know. So don't I'm saying from my experience, don't study overnight for exams. When you have exams tomorrow, study as much as possible within a particular time, maybe 9 o'clock. Have 6 hours sleep, particularly because that's very important. Specifically, if you are a O-level student, you need to sleep 6 hours before exams. I know that many students, they used to sleep 11 hours, 12 hours. It's not the time to sleep 11 hours or 12 hours when it comes to exam days. Sleep 6 hours, more than enough, but don't make yourself fuss, because by getting fuss, you don't get anything. You will lose the things what you have than to get the things what you need to. So what you need to understand, if you have tomorrow exams, when you're going to go to exams, what I see many students, they used to pray, they used to be so holy, and they used to recite, and it's good, if you are in religion wise, it's good. But on the other side, don't forget that being religious on particularly one day will not increase your results. Okay, so that's just personal advice. So once you go to exam hall, a few things what students they do, you might see there might be a good educated one among your group. He will bring, maybe these questions will be tested, maybe that question won't be tested, maybe this area should be seen. So what you do, you take the textbook and you start panicking, and okay, this area, oh okay, this area. So you used to read the particular areas and waste your time. Again, I'm saying, don't fuss yourself until you sit in exams. Once you go to the exam hall, when the examiner he will paste a number on your table, that is your index number. Confirm that your index number and your the index number what they have pasted on the table and the index number what you have in your hand is correct. Don't keep your identity card and go. Just see before your exams your identity card has been properly kept on your purse. This is what many people do. Even I have done for my chartered. I kept my identity card and went to the exam hall. I forgot to take it, so it became fast. I failed my exams, F8 audit and assurance, because I was late to exams. So you need to be very careful on allocating your time. Plan yourself when you are going to paper. And in exam halls, you might see a lot of friends troubling you. If you are an educated guy, you will be getting trouble. Okay, you will be always being troubled by someone on exam hall. But if you are a person who wants to trouble someone, I'm giving you an advice: don't believe others. Don't believe your friend's answer, because those people who are going to help you will not actually help you. From my experience, I'm saying that I copied in my advanced level, not in my A level main exam, but still I copied on a term paper. So I wrote a lot. I thought I'm gonna get 90s, but unfortunately I ended up in 17 marks, and the guy who gave me the sheets, he got 18 marks. Okay, he didn't get much better than that, but he was so true, a good friend. He taught me everything. Whatever he wrote was bluffing. Okay, so don't bluff things in your paper. That's what I said. Don't believe others' answer. Whatever you know that can even make you pass, that believe someone and get failed. Many people, they don't teach you at the exam hall. Good friends, they will never teach you at the exam hall. They will teach before the exam hall. Don't go group studies and waste your time. If you do not know certain areas, there are channels to learn in YouTube. You can go through that. So particularly when it comes to business studies and accounting, I want to remind you, I have a channel called Commerce with Mac. I have taught for students almost everything when it comes to production cost, bank reconciliation, statement of financial position, correction of errors. All these hard topics I have discussed in detail, so you have time, sit in front of the channel and learn everything. It's very straightforward. Within 17 to 20 minutes I have finished 3 years to 4 years of past papers. So that's very convenient for you to learn, because now time is very precious. When you learn 2 hours, learn a lot of things within a small particular time. So with that, giving you some sort of guidance, I want to give few more tips before we end up this live. So if you guys have planned to do the exams, some people will think like, when you are waking up, it's no, I should give up, I can't do this. You will feel that there will be some sort of goosebumps going inside your mind. Maybe you should give up or something. Some people even take Panadols to exam hall. Don't get worried about your paper. One paper cannot decide your future. A paper just can be a paper, right? A paper cannot decide your future. Remember, all these years of hard work is from your parents, not from you. They have put a lot of money believing that you will do something for them in future. If you can make them happy, give them the best results what you can. The best thing in world what you can give your parents is the results you are going to take this time. So if your results are better, the tears they are going to make by seeing the result itself, worth. So don't make your parents cry because your results are worse. Make your parents cry because your results are better. They are blind. They just invest believing that you are going to do. They have invested a lot of money on seminars, on that, on this, on your education, on your... If they have invested those monies on investments, actually they are today millionaires. Trust me, they should have been millionaires, but they invest in you because they want you to understand the value of education. Today the job market is very competitive, so if you don't score better on your papers, trust me, you will not be able to get the jobs easily. When I compare Cambridge and National, always Cambridge goes a bit one step up. The reason, when we finish our O-levels, they are doing their A-levels. When we finish our A-levels, they have completed their A-levels and they are already into masters or something, some other high qualification. So when we finish our advanced level, they are like our boss. So the market is very competitive, guys. So score as much as possible, better as possible. I studied maths in 1 month. I got an A for maths subject because I was not a good student who can understand things, but I'm good in hard working. Some people say that smart work might be the short route to succeed. It's bullshit, guys. There's no smart work if you do not know to do the hard work. Hard work is the full root cause. If you understand to do the hard work, then of course with hard work's knowledge you can do the smart work. So that's what I want to give you. As I have given you this base knowledge, please try to understand this. These years of effort of 11 years, do not waste in particularly a day. You might have a lot of commitment. You will get a lot of problems at this point. Neglect everything. There are a lot of people there to see your results and laugh at you. There are people there who are going to mock at your parents. They are expecting that you are going to go in vain. I have a lot of students who have studied under me. When they enter into our class, the parents used to say that my child is not that much good in this, my child is not much good in that. The parents become the teachers and they used to say where you are standing. So actually parents didn't study with you, they didn't go to school with the teachers, school teachers have put something on the parents' mind, or the private class teachers have put something on the parents' mind about you. So that mindset you should change with only your results, because those mindset is very hard to come out. And if the mindset is going to be true, what you if you have made it true without studying, then of course they will never invest a single penny. You'll become a trouble for them. Now I have failed when I speak about pass and fail, I always share my experience. I failed my AAT finals. When I failed my AAT finals, what my mom used to say is, no point of investing in you. You are at a shit. So if I invest in you, it's no point. I can have some cows and feed, I can get some milk. So this is what parents have. They when they get hurt, they don't know how to express that. So, but it hurts you. It doesn't mean that they don't want to hurt you actually, but actually they wanted to make you a better person in society. When all these people today in societies, people are going without nowhere. People think that this small world, they think that the particularly whatever they are getting in their life at temporary happiness is their actual success. Mobile phones, some people have mobile phones, they are in that and they waste their time. Some people are watching episodes now without studying for the exam. Some people are focusing on their future. This world is very competitive, so do not give up at this moment. Somehow finish your exams, at least in a decent result. Make them proud in front of people. The parents' mindset we can't change, because for example, if you end up in a W, your parents' mindset will go down, so they will actually go to depression. So once they go to depression, they will fall into some sort of health issues. Some people's results can even affect their parents' future. There's no future for you after you fail your exams. I'm not saying like that. A paper cannot decide your future. Because of that itself, don't say that, okay, a paper cannot decide my future, so why should I study? Don't do that, guys, because this is a hard work of your parents. Morning, my mom used to wake up me every morning. She used to make the food for me. This commitment I'm reminding you, for you to remember this pandemic this particular year has made you to forget all the efforts. So they used to wake up morning, they used to iron our shirts, they used to polish our shoes, they used to send out to school, and when we don't come on time, they used to come front and they used to see are we at home or not. So particularly they have given a lot of sacrifice. This sacrifice is not just it's not money, guys. So don't consider that this money you can replace it. You can't replace it. Some people think that once I earn, I can give back the money, whatever the money the mother or father has invested. So don't give these words, don't hurt them. Love them the most as much as possible. These few days, these 4 to 5 days, make you make them that your education is important. What you need to do is not just taking the phone and scratching and waiting. It's not about show it off how you are studying. How do you show it off? You need to make a small if you have a room, arrange it properly. First of all, arrange your table, organize yourself. I'm not a good organizer, but actually I'm just giving you an advice. Organize yourself. Organizing can make a lot of things better. So you have a table, set your table properly in a proper manner, which subjects you are worst, which subject you are best, and focus on that area. And that organizing will give the parents a trust that you are doing something. So they will think, okay, my son is studying now, my daughter is doing something, and paste a poster in front of your room door, and just paste it in that. Please knock the door and come inside, something like that. So that will give another trust among the parents. But taking your phone and inside the room and putting a poster will not make a change, because your mother and your father will be very suspicious about you. They'll think, what is my daughter or son doing inside? So they'll be so much concerned about it. So they will not let you study. They will always knock the door and disturb you. So better give your phone, switch it off, give that phone to your mother, give that phone to your father. Come inside, close the door, put the poster and show it to your, you need to show that you are studying first of all. So show it off can actually make yourself much more confident on paper. So show it off. First of all, show it off. Second thing, once you come into this room, don't keep the book in your face and start crying or something, Just focus on your papers, guys. Take past papers. Now if you have few days, do past papers. Just do past papers. What you need to do, read the question. You don't understand, read the answers. You don't understand, then go to the textbook. You don't understand, then find a mentor who can advise you at that moment. So what you need to do, first of all, take a past paper. Whatever the subjects I'm going to give you, do not study the textbook and waste your time. Now it's no time to study the textbook at this moment. So you have a book, you have past paper, so do all the past paper, 2019, 2018, 2017, 2016. Do 10 years of past papers correctly, completely. When you're doing MCQs, particularly arrange a time. 2 hours means you're going to sit 2 hours and do. And if you think you don't have time now, don't sit 2 hours and waste your time again. Time is very precious, guys. So what you do, you just read the question, don't understand, go to the answer, see why you got this answer. They might, certain past papers they might give you the calculation how they got it. Certain past papers they won't give. I think Atlas Aston publication is giving the proper I think calculations, but Atlas books are not. So I'm not giving actually these books companies. I'm not just actually saying this can help you actually. So Aston publication is much better if you are doing the if you're actually learning, it's better to go with Aston publications. So what else I want to say when it comes to exams, do past papers as much as possible. Learn the examiner's techniques. Certain papers now, when it comes to history, when it comes to Islam, when it comes to certain subjects like theory subject, English literature, very much important. English literature, certain theory subjects, you can read the examiner's point of view and understand how an examiner is expecting an answer from you. So like business studies and accounting and all are subjects like that. You learn the question, you don't understand, go for the marking scheme, just attempt that, just do what is in the marking scheme and attempt it. Trust me, you will understand. 10 years of paper, sit at home. You might think we have to start like 10 years. Shall I start at question number 1, question number 2? Don't worry, guys. Do the paper, MCQ, one paper. So you finish one MCQ paper, go to the paper 2, finish the paper 2 paper. So for a day, at least do 3 papers on particular subjects. Then only you can score much better. So this is a few advices I can give you. I think maybe this can help you. But remember, guys, do not discuss how many hours you are studying with your friends. Do not go outside with your friends and now waste your time. There's no group studies. I will give you a guarantee. A group studies at the last moment will not give you a hand full of support until you have a good friend. So a good friend might help you, but friends are also a bit selfish now because they don't have time to teach you, then they don't have time even to learn themselves. So maybe this if your results goes down or not, that will impact your future, guys. So remember that in your mind whenever you are studying, guys. This is not a particular subject you have gone through. All these, from grade 1 to grade 11, you might see a lot of lecturers. So all these lecturers' efforts you are going to put down if you are going to fail a subject particularly. So when I scored max 19 in my grade 8, 20s in my grade 9, I used to think that I have really put them down because I was good in sports, but I never focused on studies. But today I'm a lecturer, so education is giving me money. Nothing else does that, guys. If I go to a company, they pay me better. If I teach, I get better. The reason I am educated. So if you are educated, you don't want to go and work under someone, you can make others to work under you. So you decide today, do you want to go and work under someone, or do you want someone to work under you? So you be an entrepreneur or an employee. So you need to decide it. So this is not just a paper. This is all advice I can give you. No matter what people say about you, no matter what people can put about you, you research. Now for particularly I want to come to this point, term test marks, right? Term test marks is very important thing which I need to speak today before I end up this live. Because students think that when they score 30s and 20s in term test, that is the actual marks is going to be in your O-levels. No, it's not going to be the same. Your term test mark and your scoring mark is going to be very different, because when you did your term test, you actually didn't study. Maybe after your term test, you put a lot of efforts. Your efforts can be seen only on the exam. So don't think that I scored less, so my school teacher might say that no, these students will fail for sure. So my single teacher said the same thing. She said that I will fail, but I got an X because I knew that I will pass. So that confidence should be there. You should not believe that whatever others say is true. believe yourself first, because if others can break your trust, what type of confidence you are having for exams? Don't make others persuade you, influence you at this moment. Whatever they say, bullshit, crap, put to aside. Just focus on your career. Things will be fine. I hope you learned something from this line. If you have any things to ask regarding your Cambridge upcoming exams, national exams tips, I'm ready to help you. What I say is, if you can get some blessings from your teachers who have taught you, just say a thanks to them and praise them. Their blessing itself more than enough to make you pass. Just put a message for them. Hi teacher, you have given me a lot on knowledge. It can be a small thing or a big thing, something they would have shared with you. So say them, hi teacher, you have given me a lot of knowledge to me. So particularly you ask some specific duas or specific pray for me for my exam so I can do better. Second thing is, once you speak to your teachers, second thing is, don't call and then speak with them hours and hours and waste your time again. Drop a message to all the teachers who have taught you. And second thing, speak to your parents and say them how much this education, this exam is important to you. Make them understand. Some home, what they do is, when you want to study, they have serial dramas, which is very important. Your mother is so concerned about what happened to the guy who in that serial drama than what happened to you. So make them understand this particularly this week no one should put TV, because my exams I should not get disturbed. You need to make the importance, you need to make the improvement in your house. So you need to change the environment. If you change the environment, things will be in your hand. What I used to do when I used to study for my exams, I used to preferably make a shutdown at my house. They should not watch TV. If they are watching TV, the sound volume should be very low as possible. I should not hear, because if it disturbs me, I can't go ahead, and I will completely blame my parents if they don't help. So many parents, they don't do also help, but don't worry guys, just believe yourself. Who are watching this live, I don't know how many people will watch this, how many people will reach this. Many people, students who are watching this might understand what I'm trying to give you the message, but there are students who doesn't even have a phone to get this message to them. So you have someone where whatever I have spoken, if it goes to your heart, share this thing to your friends. It can help them a lot. That's all I want to say. If you want to study finally business studies and accounting, I have a channel called Commerce with Mac. Everything is free in business studies and accounting. Sit in my channel. Maybe a day is more than enough for you to learn the whole business studies and accounting. If you have questions, put me in my YouTube channel's comment. Or if you have still questions, you can message me in Commerce with Mac in Facebook or even in Instagram. I'm always ready to help you in business studies and accounting. In any other subjects you want, any other exam tips, I'm ready to help you. So see you guys in our next live before your exams. Have a nice day. Bye and good night guys.